If only you could see me now. If only you could tell me why you
Yellow. Hey, happy Friday. It is, the weekend's pretty much here. I hope that you had an amazing week. It has been a rough one for us over here, but we are still alive and we're thriving, and that is really all that you can ask for these days. We are doing some cleaning motivation, just like some wrap up the week, refresh, getting it done. Y'all know when you stay on top of things, it just makes you feel so good. And that is what I try to do. I just try to always stay on top of things. It just helps me have some mental clarity. It makes me feel good. It makes my home look nice. And so that is what I enjoy. We're starting off with some laundry here. I got a couple of loads done. Just get it done. Just got all the loads done for the week. And I've got some good cleaning motivation lined up in today's video. I am going to tell y'all what has been going on because it has been just kind of a challenging week. But like I said, I hope that you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're taking care of yourself mentally and physically. Let's go ahead and get some cleaning.
You made me cry, so don't come back. Oh, you never took the time to say you didn't think you should explain. Like I don't care, you're kidding me. Don't do that. Oh, I don't tell anybody no. That I'm feeling so miserable. All my friends tell me to be strong. If they're right, why does it feel so wrong? Just because you hurt doesn't mean my heart don't want you. Footprints in the dirt, following your every move. I tried to be the best for you when you broke my heart in two. Oh, saying you didn't know, but I know you do. It's a fact. Oh, I don't tell anybody no. That I'm feeling so miserable. All my friends tell me to be strong. If they're right, why does it feel so wrong? Just because you hurt doesn't mean my heart don't want you. Footprints in the dirt, following your every move. Just because you hurt doesn't mean my heart don't want you. Footprints in the dirt, following your every move, even though it hurts.
Now that I've got the laundry wrapped up, I am going to show you I call it my cleaning closet. This actually used to be like where you're supposed to hang up coats and everything like that. And we really just never used it for that. We just didn't. It was so much more convenient to have all of the cleaning stuff that I use in here. And it's just a mess. Like it's not really practical right now, the way that it's set up and functional. And so I really just wanted to make this a space that was a lot more organized, a lot more functional. And those were the main two things, and just like decluttered. So I ordered a couple things off of Amazon. The hanging, like the thing, what do you call it? I guess I'll just call it a broom hanger, where you see on the wall that's hanging the duster and the the little dustpan. I actually got that from the Dollar Tree and it works pretty well. Like it does come with a sticky pad and also some nails, so you can do either or. I decided to stick it on the wall with some sticky pads, and really I'm not doing that anymore. Like it just, I've noticed that yes, it's a little bit more convenient, but it's just so much easier when you want to switch things up. It's not going to peel off your drywall, and it's just a lot easier to patch up a hole from a small nail than it is to literally like repatch, you know, re-drywall or whatever, repatch your wall. So you live and you learn. So I took everything out and I'm going to get this nice and swept up, which I did. And then I'm going to wash everything in here, just like wash the walls because it was just dirty. Wash the walls down. And then I'm going to show you a couple of things that I ordered off of Amazon.
Said you want a bad one. Well, baby, I'm as bad as they come. Said you want a hot one. Yeah, you with the hottest under the sun. But be careful what you wish for. Make you eat your words. If I'm more than what you bargain for. Fun to flirt, but promise to deliver. Much is required. Cause look at what I'm giving you. You ain't really ready for real. You ain't even ready for real. You ain't really ready. Won't be faithful to someone ungrateful. I can't try to make you if you ain't you. You ain't really ready for real. You ain't even ready for real.
So I ordered this like utility cart or craft cart, whatever you'd like to call it, off of Amazon. And this actually was the perfect idea. I wanted something that was going to be small and functional and something that had wheels so that I can roll it in and out. And I thought that this would be absolutely perfect. And then I also ordered, it's like a utility holder, like a broom mop holder. This thing is legit. Like it's actually pretty heavy, and the little like the portions where you add the mop or broom or whatever were really, really wide, which is another thing that I wanted. So it did come with a sticky strip or nails. As you can see, the car is 360 and this is just the perfect idea. This closet is really, really tiny. So obviously I needed something small. My steam cleaner fit perfectly on the bottom. Unfortunately, my Bissell, I thought maybe my Bissell would be able to fit on here as well, but it didn't. And that's okay. So I went through the couple of little cubbies here. I just got these from the Dollar Tree. They're actually really, really flimsy, but I went through everything. I took everything out of there and then I just placed it on the cart. Little man and hubby had a good time building this cart. Little man loves building stuff. He gets super excited for it. So they had, a good time building that. I got these, they're like little mini broom and dustpans from the Dollar Tree. I do have one already that I use out in the garage. And then I got this really tiny one. This will just be perfect for, small cleanups and messes and things. I tried fitting it on the hook, but unfortunately it didn't fit, but this bigger one did. So I ended up, I just covered I took this off and it did, I tried to have it to where it didn't peel off the drywall, but unfortunately it did. I did put the new one just over this, and if I ever want to change it, I can just take it off, fill the holes and then just recaulk right here this little portion of drywall that peeled up. But it was kind of difficult to like position this because where the shelf is, I had to take in account the length of the poles, but this really is like the only area where I could really put this. I thought about putting it on the back side of the wall. I was like contemplating here. But with the big carpet cleaner and the big vacuum and then everything else that was going to be on the floor, this really was like the only option.
You ain't really ready for real. You ain't even ready for real. You ain't really ready. Won't be faithful to someone ungrateful. I can't try to make you if you
I got everything pretty much in here. I rearranged things a couple of times. I thought putting the big carpet cleaner long ways would work, but it didn't. And then I ended up moving the small little heater. I was like, I only use that every so often, so it didn't need to be in here. I moved that upstairs, and this is just so much cleaner. Like, I love to have things organized and have everything in a place. It just makes me feel really good. I moved the smaller carpet cleaner up on the shelf, and now this is just so much more functional. Like, if I need something, I can just come in here. I don't have to rattle through everything and try to grab what I need. It's just in a nice clear spot, and I can just pull it out when I need it. So I am going to just pick up and reset little man's toys. Him and hubby were actually gone. And then I'm going to clean up the living room, just get it nice and vacuumed and wiped down. I'm going to deep clean the couch with some water and vinegar, vacuum that up, and just get it nice and clean. So just to give you an update on what's been going on, or if you didn't know, if you're new, our little guy just started kindergarten. And just for context of what I am about to say, I completely understand that kindergarten is a huge, huge transition for kids, especially, I know that now, especially after talking to his pediatrician. So little man has always struggled with being in huge, like socially kind of especially with like crowds and a lot of people and things like that. I know that I have not mentioned this before, but he has, like, for example, we recently went school shopping and we were shoe shopping, and there were a lot of people there because, everybody was trying to get their stuff for their kids for back to school. And I was trying to get him to try on some shoes, and he just completely shut down. I'm talking sobbing, gagging, choking in the store. And so we ended up leaving. And there's been a couple instances that has happened. School drop off has been absolutely heartbreaking. I'm trying to sum this up to not drag it out and kind of just get to the point, but there's just been a lot that's been going on. And I knew that this was going to be a huge transition for him. One of the reasons why we picked this specific school is because there is smaller classroom sizes, and we really liked their school curriculum. And so we thought, let's go ahead and give it a go. And I was being really, really hopeful that it was going to get better, but it did end up getting worse. So in talks with his school teacher and his counselor, his teacher ended up emailing us and letting us know that he has been breaking down, sobbing, choking, gagging upwards of 6+ times a day. And he's been working directly with the school counselor, who has been intervening every day, multiple times a day. She's been taking him on walks, and they created a chart at school to let him, just to kind of visually help him learn that, mom and dad are at home or work and then, this is school. And he has just been constantly asking where we are. And this has been super heartbreaking. He has not eaten his lunch at all. He has not drinking any water. And some other, his art teacher also told us the same thing. So it's been multiple teachers and counselors, and drop off has not been fun at all. And I know that he does have some separation anxiety from me because I'm his safe space. And so I've been really, really trying. Like I said, I know that you kind of got to make the drop-offs short and sweet. And I know that kids really, really thrive off of routine. And so that's something that we have been doing. We've been making sure that he gets up at a good time and eating a good breakfast and just doing all of the things, y'all, to support him completely. We've been validating, of course, just huge validation of his feelings, letting him know that he is seen and he is safe at school. Hubby has actually taken pretty much an entire week off of work to help support the drop off. He's been going with me to drop him off and pick him up every day. He has been sobbing uncontrollably periodically throughout the day and at night before we go to bed, because he's knowing that he's going to school the next morning, breaking down in the morning time. And basically where I drew the line, I already knew in my gut, y'all, I was like, we're going to pull him from school because he's just not ready. Developmentally, socially, he is just not ready. But I know that this stuff takes time. And so I wanted to give it a couple more days just to see if there was any kind of improvement. And what really drew the line for me was like him, the not eating or not drinking in school. And then the last night I actually called him out of school that morning, he kept like every couple of hours was coming in our room to make sure that we were there. Like he kept waking me up and is like, I was just checking on you to make sure that you're here. When we asked him, the teacher also mentioned that when the teacher and the counselor ask him about how he's feeling, he just completely shuts down and says, I don't know, and keeps asking for us. But when we ask him, he said that he feels lost, sad, overwhelmed. And it's just, y'all, it's heartbreaking when your kids are really struggling like that. And that night when he did that, and then the next morning, he was sobbing uncontrollably and vomiting. And so I called him out of school. We made him an appointment with this pediatrician. I met with this pediatrician and I explained to her everything that was happening. And she was like, she was very, very caring and very, very understanding. And she was just like, I know that this is heartbreaking and I'm so sorry. And she looked at his age again. Little man is 4. He will be 5 in a couple of weeks. And she completely agreed. She's like, you need to withdraw him. Absolutely. And I did do some research myself, and I've noticed that there's something called red shirting that parents are doing more and more, like a lot more often. And that is not entering their kids into school until they are socially ready. And I'm not saying like you can't, waiting until they're 10 years old or whatever to start kindergarten, but 5 to 6 years old until they are ready. And she just really made me feel so much better. She talked about her own son. She did the same thing. She did not start him until he was socially and developmentally ready. And she's also said I work with, obviously she works with families. That's all she does all day long. And she said, I cannot even tell you how many families actually hold their children back because of this, and how many families have never, ever regretted waiting a little bit longer to have their kid start school. And also, boys they develop a little bit slower than girls do. And so after the reassurance of her and getting a lot of resources from her, I just felt so much better. But I will tell you, when I called the school to withdraw him, they were not nice, y'all. And I was just like, okay, whatever. They were not understanding. I mean, the teacher was understanding. She did email us back because I let her know. And she was like, I completely understand, yada, yada. But like the staff there were not nice. But anyways, we are definitely pouring into our child. He is obviously our number one priority, and he is going to be starting therapy next week. So I also enrolled him in swim school, which is something that he's been super excited about. And so he is starting that next week also. But we've just been doing everything. Even when he was like for pickup, we really did try everything. We also tried like little gifts, so like he was excited about that like before school. But it didn't help. We really did try everything, and he's just not ready, and that's okay. Like, it is okay. And I know that now. It was really, really tough. Like I said, seeing your kids struggle is always something that is just like heartbreaking and heart-wrenching, y'all. When I tell y'all, I have been crying like every single day. But that's okay. Like, I know that I'm going to make this year the best for him. I am going to slowly but surely, like, we're going to start off with the swim school, start off with therapy. Hubby and I are also, his pediatrician had told us about a support group, which we start as well. It's a 7-week course where there's other families that are going through the same thing, where their kids are having a lot of social anxiety, and they give us tools and resources that we use to help our children manage his big emotions. So I'm excited. We're going to slowly but surely start integrating and like introducing little man to like clubs and things like that when the time is ready. But as far as school goes, that is just on the back burner. It is okay if your kid is not ready. And I think also too, the doctor was telling us that like he's still 4 turning 5, so it's not like I don't want to say this is normal, but you know what I mean? But it is normal also. Like he's going to be okay. And that's something that I've just been like continuously reassuring myself and also hubby as well. I do just want to share something that's just been so positive and uplifting. I spoke to the manager at the swim school. She actually texted me, gave me her number, and was like, please let me know if there are any concerns or anything, like definitely just let me know. I briefly explained to her what's been going on, and we actually set little man up for swim school on days where it is a lot less crowded at the swim place. And she actually said that the days that he's going to be going are days where a lot of her homeschool kids go. And so I just thought that was so awesome. And it's also going to give me like an opportunity, hopefully once we, to like speak to families, moms and dads or whatever, guardians about homeschooling. That is something that we thought about doing just because of, with little man's situation. But we just didn't end up going that route. Maybe that's something that we do in the future, even if it's for a couple of years or what, I don't know. At this point, y'all, I am exploring every single option and going to take every single resource that is available to me to, invest in our child's future and to invest in his education and make sure that he has the best and smoothest transition possible. Like that is our number one priority, and I don't care what we have to do to make that happen. We'll never know how close we came. Letting us down hurts me more than you know. The pain is too much, don't wanna be here alone. It's breaking my heart, watching you go. I wanted to stop, though I already know it's the end of for you and me. Keep on saying the time will heal. Keep lying just to make me feel I'm not lonely. It's the end of for you and me. Keep on saying the time will heal. Baby, you're kidding me. I just want you to hold me. Things ain't the same, and there's nobody here to blame. I already cleaned off the countertops and everything in the kitchen last night after I made some dinner. I made some chicken parm and it came out so good. But the kitchen is nice and clean. The floor really needed a good cleaning. Thank you so much for being here, and I will definitely see you on the next one. Bye.